everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Angie, and this is Reimagine to Redesign. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. That's free, and I've had a few new subscribers in the last couple of weeks and a lot of new viewers. And so please be sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and then you'll get that notification and you'll know when I upload a new video. Okay, today we're going to be doing my master bedroom, and it won't take long because it's a very small master bedroom. But until recently, I didn't really decorate the whole house, and now I just kind of do something in every room because it just makes me happy. And so I think I told you that I moved my chinoiserie in here because I'm going to use it. I technically was going to leave it in the on the dining table through the fall. But then I moved that other not flower arrangement, that vase of sticks in there. And so I moved my chinoiserie in here, and it just looked so good with the blue. And so we'll get to that in a few minutes. But so then I decided to just kind of go blue and orange with everything in here. Last year I did blue and gray. So we're just going to kind of take some things and redo just a little bit. This picture I always keep hanging here. Love is spoken here, and it just blends into these brick panels really well. These are just panels that we bought at, I think we got these at Home Depot, yes, and then I smeared them. But now you can buy the actual panels that are already smeared, and that's a lot less trouble. And then over here, this is a picture. These are all my things that I'm going to work with in here. And this is a picture that I've kind of hung everywhere. I've had it, but I bought it for my dining room area because it was blue and green, and I liked these flowers and everything. Then I hung it by my clock, and then this time I just thought, I wonder if that'll look okay in the bedroom, and I hung it up here, and I think it looks really great. I really like it because it even has some of the color, some of the tones of this lamp in it. And so, and I left these pillows. These were on the bed. So I just kind of moved them over here. And these were the ones that I had in here with all my kind of peachy, salmon-y colored flowers and stuff that I have in the summertime. So I just left those in both of the chairs. I've decided, since I brought my chinoiserie in here, to leave the blue and white curtains up all through the season. I was going to put solid green curtains up here, and I reserve the right to change my mind because I'm a woman and that's what I do. But I believe I'm going to leave those there. I really like them there. And I moved my blue and white lamp in here. Okay, so anyway, we're going to start over here. Let me just say that on this little side table here, I kind of got tired of my urns with the green garden balls on them. So I took this. I showed y'all this in the last video. This is that wreath. These little white pearl berry things are really popular, and I've got a lot of this stuff all through the house. I just really like this. So I'm going to put this down here on the table, and then I got this pumpkin at Home Goods, and it lights up. So I'm going to set it right there. Okay, and then last year, for the first time at Christmas, I had these lights installed when we redid our bedroom. I had these lights wired into the walls so that they could be flipped on with a switch. And I really loved it that first year right after we had it done because I thought it looked so pretty with the iron bed and everything. And then I thought, it needs a little warming up in here. So I bought... and I wish I could remember how many came in a set, because for some reason I have one more in there, and I don't know why I have just one more. But anyway, these were not very expensive, and they clip on there just really nice. So I really liked that and how it warmed things up, and I really enjoy having these little shutters on the wall all the time because I think that warms it up. The wood tones really warm everything up, especially since my dresser is kind of a cool toned thing. Well, last year at Christmas, all of a sudden I got this really great idea to put a plate in my light fixture, and I loved it. So I've done it all year long. I may get tired of it and not do it next year, but this year I realized this is a Mikasa plate, And I think they still have a good many of these. This came from Home Goods. And I put that one there for the summer. And then I had those kind of peachy pink plates in front of it. These plates I got at Hobby Lobby. And I used those last year on my island. They're $4.99 a piece, but everything right now is 40% off. So I put this, I think I'm going to go in from the side. There we go. Put that one, layer that one in front of it. And I loved that. Okay, now then, above this, I have 3 frames like this. The frame is actually 12 by 12. The print is 8 by 8, and those are a special size of prints when you order those. I ordered these prints from Walmart. This is an Etsy file that I downloaded, and I downloaded several really cute ones. I've got another one that I'm putting over on the side. Let me just kind of time out right here right quick and show you one that I also got for my bathroom. And I love this frame because it's got that arch mat on it. But this is another download from Etsy. And this is an 11 by 14 print. So it was also a little extra than you pay for just like an 8 by 10. I do decorate in here, and we'll show that on the home tour. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that print. They have so many cute ones that are mixed with the Chinoiserie. So if you have anything blue that you want to mix just a little bit of that with, I suggest taking a look at that. But anyway, this is one of them that I got, one of the prints that I downloaded. And I didn't download a whole, when I first started doing the downloads from Etsy, I would download like 1,500 pictures, and that is too much for my little tiny brain. I would just stay confused all the time because I think I bought like three or two, and so I couldn't remember where it was, and I had a hard time getting them to download just right where I could see thumbnails on my hard drive on my computer. And so that just didn't work for me. It works much better for me to just maybe spend a little more per picture, but you only get like, I don't know, maybe 50. That just works better for my little pea brain. Okay, so I hung that over here. I really have never, I've been using these frames forever, and I've never painted those frames. I love the antique. Oh yeah, I'm real crooked. That looks crooked to me, but it's not crooked. Okay. All righty. So we've got here and here. We've got that all done. This is a little stool that matches my chairs perfectly. I got it at Home Goods, and the chairs I got, both of these chairs, I got at home. This is a box that I got at Home Goods. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I get confused, and I want to make sure I'm telling the right thing. Okay, and so I just set that there. I think right now, what I usually do, what I usually do when I'm transferring things from one season to another, I just kind of stick them wherever I've got a place, because I have so much stuff, and I don't have a big house. I don't have a huge garage, and I definitely don't have any place to put a whole lot of stuff. So usually along about February, when I start taking down all the winter stuff, I'm like, now where did I put that? And then I start thinking of all the boxes under the beds, behind the dressers, where something might be. So anyway, it's hide and seek, where it's like having an early Easter, only it's not Easter egg I'm hunting. This is a photograph. It didn't come in this frame. She had a much bigger, grander frame around it, but a very dear friend of mine many years ago painted this. It's layers of glass. Can you see it at all? Okay. She's just one of the dearest ladies in the whole wide world, and I will never ever forget her. I believe she's still around. She came to my mom's funeral a couple of years ago, and I saw her then, and it just made my heart so happy. But she painted this, and she knew how much I loved it because I love fall. And so, that's got a little smudge on that. Okay. All right. So that I'm putting that there, and a picture of me and my sweetie right there. Okay, let's go ahead and do this little table. This is called a pie crust table. This was my mom's, and I moved my blue and white lamp in here. I think it goes great with all this, and I really think it'll go great all the way through Christmas since I'm doing the chinoiserie look in here. Okay, so what I did was, let me see. I think I've got this little white riser right here. And then I've got, this is a ring, and I cut this because I put it around something it wouldn't fit around going over the top of it. But anyway, it doesn't come broken. You can buy one fully correct and whole. All right, and then I put, this one doesn't light up. I kind of wish it did because it's really pretty, but it's clear. So just that blue, I hope you can read that blue on the camera. Okay, and then I took one of these. I just love these. I used these in my garland on my mantle and my garland above my kitchen sink. And they're real delicate and papery, and they've got a lot of different little things in them. So I just kind of stuck one of those in there. And these are both, this is corduroy and this is that Sherpa. And it's they're just nice and soft. Put those there. And this just came in a bag with a bunch of pumpkins. I think I got those at either Pop Shelf or Hobby Lobby. So I think that's it for that. I'm pretty sure. Okay, now let's pivot. As you can see, I've got my chinoiserie all here, and this is just a vase that I got at Home Goods a long time ago. But I had it, when I had it on my dining room table, I had these blue flowers in it. These are just some, I like them because they look like your hydrangeas look when they're dying on your hydrangea bush. There's something beautiful in that to me. And so I just save those and use those every fall. So I'm just going to put all three of those in here. Hope I'm getting it about right. Okay. Alrighty. And I put, let me see. Oh, I know. I have this little riser. I used to do this champagne color instead of silver or gold. And I still use some of this champagne color in different places because it kind of has that gray look to it. But I used to do this really fancy, scrolly looking stuff everywhere. And I got really tired of it and decided all that scrolly fancy stuff wasn't for me. And this is when I had a big house. And so now I don't use near as much of it. I want to paint this one white. Didn't have time for that. Can't see it real good with what I'm about to do anyway. So I'm going to set it there kind of to the side. I believe I want to put that one right over there. And let me see. I think what I had to do was pop a little pumpkin down in there and put that ball on top of it. And then that ball goes on that one. No, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Uh-oh. Oh, I know, because that's not what I did with it. I think I put it right there like that. Okay. And then I put a pumpkin right there. And then a couple more right here and right here. And I like for them to kind of look a little angled, just a little bit. And then I have a couple of little Staffordshire dogs to put right there. And that helps one of them to be a little bit higher than the other one. And they, of course, blend so well with the chinoiserie. Okay, so that's what I did there. For Christmas, I'll just take those flowers out and the pumpkins off and kind of try to rearrange that a little bit. Last year, at the end of the season, I had always liked this picture. It's just $30. And but for some reason, I would never buy it. I have no idea why. Possibly because it was at Kirkland's, and I always think to myself, why would I buy a picture someplace else when I can get one half or 40% off at Hobby Lobby? But I found this at the end of the season last year at Kirkland's, and so it was on a really good discount, and I couldn't help myself. So there we go. So I hung that one there. And I think that looks real pretty because that blends the two colors together. Okay, now over here on hubby, well, let me do this for you first. I've got this white vase and I've used it a lot of different places. I don't know if I've ever shown you how tiny and narrow this is. Now, technically, I got this at Hobby Lobby and it was black and I painted it white and I like it much better now. And when I get tired of it, I'll paint it whatever color I want to, probably black again. But I bought, and I'm kind of thinking I only bought 2 of these because there were only 2, but really it's kind of perfect. I probably only bought 2 because I thought that's all that would fit. I actually could have stuck 3 in here, but you know, I kind of look at it, I think, oh no, I like it. There's a sparseness about fall because things, you know, the leaves are falling, and so you see a lot of branches. I just set this here on the floor by my dresser because it's a little pop of color under this and by the dresser. Okay, now this, I put some little things on the bottom of this, some little felt squares on the bottom of this. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. And I got this little bush. And these are those crazy acorn things that are those little pod things that are brown and they're on my dining room table. But that's what you see these in right now. They're great, big, long ones, and they're brown. Some of them are kind of more of a red color, and then they've got some gold ones. But these were green, and I just thought they were so pretty. So I went ahead and got these. So I'm just going to bend. They came bunched up like that. I got them at a little boutique that we have at the mall in Tyler. And so I just bent those and kind of bent things around just a little bit. And I set that at hubby's side because I kind of feel like if it's back there and it's heavy, he won't knock it over in the night. And here is the other print that I got from Etsy. And I'll just hang it on this side. Uh-oh, I'm losing my nail. Okay, there we go. And I have one more of those frames. So sometimes I use all 3 of them together, but I like them on each side of the bed right now. And then I've got these 2 plates left to put on this side on the light. And I've got a little sign here to put by my hubby's little vase of pods. And it says, I love you, a bushel and a peck and a hug around the neck. My mama used to sing that to me all the time when I was a little girl. And I have sung it to my grandbabies. Okay, now these are my pillows that I had here in the summer. This is the biggest thing in this bed, in the bedroom, is this bed. And it's not easy to lean over. Okay, and so I got this pillow at Home Goods. And I just thought that was so pretty. It just matched it. Everything with the teal colors and everything in here so well. And this is a throw that I also got. And you know what? I think I've been laying this out with the wrong side up. Oh, well, it's all right. It looked real nice and soft. Soft muted colors. But this is technically the side. And I want to tell you a little secret. Sometimes these little things that are real soft like this, you can take them and maybe fold them over your bathtub or roll them up and put them on the towel rack, and then they look like they're a towel instead of a really special towel instead of a throw. I do that sometimes. I'm crazy like that. All right. There we go. So that didn't take long. All right. Thanks so much for joining me today. Again, if you'll please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, it really helps my channel. I really enjoy any comments I get. Somebody for the living room put cute, 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 and I knew they were talking about all my little children figurines. And so I'm glad that we have a community like this on YouTube where we can get ideas from one another and just really enjoy what we all love to do, and that's decorate. So I will post this video, and then I will do a home tour of everything fall in the house. And then after that, I've told you I've been collecting pictures of the progression of like the 3 spaces that we have remodeled in our home. And I'm going to show you over the years what they've looked like. I don't run around typically taking pictures of my house all year long. So all the pictures that I really have are Christmas decorations or Christmas pictures, because I do take pictures of everything around the house at Christmas, because I always tell myself, oh, I'm going to do that again next year. I like that so much. I never do, but I always take pictures of it. So we're just going to kind of do a progression. It'll be a little early Christmas thing if you're interested in that. If you're not, you might still enjoy seeing what we did to the 2 bathrooms and the kitchen in our home. And we've done a lot outside. That the outside has changed enormously, and I hope you enjoyed that picture of our little wraparound porch as we started. As we were taking this film today, somebody pulled over and stopped and said, "Hey, where'd you get those ferns?" And we said, "Well, we got them on Amazon." So that's why the ferns look so good. I gave up this year. My plants were weird this year, and so I gave up on those and said, "Hey, these will last at least a few years. Let's do this." So, but that's the kind of neighborhood we live in, and we really enjoy uh, doing those things. So, anyway, I hope you'll join me again. And I hope you are having, listen, this is the end of it officially of summer, and we are about to be in fall. So I hope you're really enjoying it. Have a great day.